Here we have a logarithmic equation and we have to solve for x in this equation. Okay, in the first step, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write this square root as an exponent. So whenever I write square root as an exponent, the exponent will be 1/2. So in my first step, log, so x to the power 1/2. I have written the square root as exponent, then the x over here will get the exponent 1/2. Okay, 2, then whole square equals to log 2 to the base x. Okay, now let's understand a concept in logarithm. So let me consider a logarithm which has a base in exponential form, that is log. Base is a to the power b, and the argument is m. So here in this logarithm, the base is exponential, that is a to the power b. So whenever the base of a logarithm is exponential, the exponent over here can be moved in front of the logarithm. When I move so, the exponent b will become its reciprocal and it will be multiplied by the logarithm. So the reciprocal of b is just 1 over b and multiplied by the logarithm, that is log m to the base a. Okay, the same thing I'm going to do in our problem. So here the base is exponential. I'm going to move this exponent 1/2 in front of the logarithm. Then this 1/2 will become its reciprocal. The reciprocal of 1/2 is just 2. So 2 times log 2 to the base x, the whole square equals to log 2 to the base x. Okay, to make the solving process easier, I'm going to assign a new variable for this log 2 to the base x. So because I find log 2 to the base x on both sides of the equation, so let me assign a new variable y for log 2 to the base x. So then I can plug in y for log 2 to the base x, then I'll be getting 2y. So this will become y. So 2 times log 2 to the base x will become 2y, the whole square equals to, on the right side we just have y. Okay, so 2y whole square will become 2 square times y square equals to y. The next step, it will be 4y square equals to y. Okay, now I subtract y from both sides, then I'll be getting 4y square negative y equals to 0. And the greatest common divisor for these two terms is y, so y can be factored out. So then now to know the stuff inside the parentheses, I have to divide these two terms by the one I factored out. When I divide this 4y square by this y, I'll be getting 4y negative. When I divide this y by this y, I'll be just getting 1 equals to 0. So now the product of these two terms equals to 0. Either y must be 0 or 4y negative 1 must be 0. Okay, now so here we can solve for y in the second equation, because the first equation is already solved for y. So if I solve for y, I have to add 1 to both sides, then I'll be getting 4y equals to 1. Then if I have to divide both sides by 4, I'm getting y equals to 1/4. Okay, now I got y equals to 0, and other equation is y equals to 1/4. Actually, y is a variable taken by us. It has to be replaced by the original stuff. The original stuff is log 2 to the base x. So now we can plug in log 2 to the base x for y. Then I'll be getting log 2 to the base x equals to 0. And here log 2 to the base x equals to 1/4. Okay, so our aim is to solve for x. According to the question, we have to solve for x. That is, we have to find the value of x. So to solve for x, we have to convert these two equations to exponential form. Already these two equations are in logarithmic form. So if we convert these two equations to exponential form, so we'll be able to get the value of x. Okay, to convert the first equation to exponential form, what I need to do is I have to move the logarithm along with its base to the right side of the equation. When I move the logarithm along with its base x to the right side of the equation, I have to ignore the logarithm. I have to consider only the base x. On the other side, the value which already exists on the other side will become the exponent of this base x. On the left side, we just have 2. Okay, 2 equals to, anything to the power 0 is just 1. 2 equals to 1. Actually, it's a false statement. So we have to ignore the first equation. Okay, now let's move to the second one over here. The same thing. I have to convert this equation to exponential form. For that, I have to move this logarithm along with its base to the right side of the equation. So then when I move it to the right side, I have to ignore the logarithm. I have to consider only this base x on the other side. So already we have some value on the side. It will become exponent 1 x to the power 1/4. On the left side, we have just 2. Okay, my aim is to solve for x, so I have to get this exponent 1/4. For that, I have to raise both sides to the power of 4. So 2 to the 4th power equals to x to the power 1/4 to the power 4. So the value of 2 to the 4th power is just 16, And when I multiply these two exponents, that is 1/4 times 4th. Actually, whenever we have two exponents like this, we can multiply the two exponents according to the power of power rule in exponent. So 1/4 and 4 can be multiplied. So 4 will cancel out. So we just get x to the first power. X to the first power is just x. Now I got the value of x. The value of x is 16. The correct answer choice for this question is option A.